Tonight. People and places, men, women and things. Interesting voices with interesting stories to tell, at home in South Africa and beyond our horizons. We bring you the people, and we take you to the places. Tonight.
Rothman's Extra Length, finest filter, and the best tobacco money can buy give true king-size flavor. That's why, all over the world, Rothman's King Size is offered with pride, accepted with pleasure. Rothman's King Size really satisfies.
Most young people are just a little nervous of opening their first bank account. The Standard Bank know that. That's why you needn't be afraid to come to us. Bring your paycheck to the Standard.
Hey, I didn't realize opening a bank account was so easy.
You can bank on the Standard, because we bank on you.
One pretty lady walking down the street, looking ever so neat. Everyone wanted to know where she purchased her shoes. Yeah, bring bar to your feet and we'll wrap them in comfort. Comfort and the latest style.
Bring bar to your feet and we'll wrap them in comfort.
And a very good evening to you all from your host tonight, Neville Dawson. Now looking backwards into the past. A unique museum in South Africa devoted to 400 years of South African transport. This is the brainchild and baby of Jimmy Hall of Johannesburg. And Jimmy is right here to tell us how he began the museum and when and why.
Well, let me say why. In this respect, it was almost 30 years ago, that is during the last war, I melted a tremendous amount of old motor cars, magnificent machines for bomb production, and I felt that this was a point where I should change and preserve something for posterity, and this is where my mind started realizing the past will be lost if we don't start collecting some of these items. There are items there that go right back to the days of Vasco da Gama's landing. And then, of course, right through the Oxwagon period, there is the fire engine period, which goes back 150 years. There is the horse-drawn vehicles, the trolleybus, the trams, the entire series of trams, right from the period of the horse-drawn tram of Johannesburg, and, of course, the cycle era, the motorcar era, the steam traction era, and there are some magnificent steam units going right through from the old steamroller to the steam road tractors, and also the steam locomotive traction and transport is represented there. The entire city council old period transport is represented. We have possibly the oldest known caravans in South Africa represented in there, going back before the turn of the century. There is the old sandwich rack, which operated in Kimberley, which is a beautiful looking machine too. I see beauty in its period rather than its coat of paint.
Well, I used to remember the old conductor used to walk down and we used to hear him switch these seats over. Clank, 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 ready for the opposite direction.
That's quite right. Of course, these all have the bells operative. When we have the schools visiting us, we allow them in the trams, and the children find that it's great fun playing with the old bell on the
Is it
tram.
possible for us to get a bit of old Johannesburg by somebody ringing that bell for us, please?
Well, certainly.
Jimmy and I are now sort of reminiscing to the old Johannesburg days, And as you can hear, he is clanging the old bell that used to warn you the tram was on its way. When did the last tram run in Johannesburg?
Well, the last tram ran 1961. Johannesburg's last tram is right here.
Oh,
which,
so that was the actual bell we rang to?
The bell you rang was the last tram, 1906 to 1961. And from the last run, it came to the museum.
Would you like to come on the last bus to Benoni with me?
Well, that's very interesting.
Shall we go?
Right, driver, start it up.
Right, Jimmy, some more bits and pieces for your museum.
Yeah, I truly believe you're taking me for a ride. Yes, well, actually, the tires are very interesting, but I really felt all along when you took me for this ride that I would be involved in something like this, and thank God I came out unhurt.
And incidentally, one of the nicest things about Jimmy Hall's unique museum of South African transport is that entrance is entirely free.
As jy wil TV kyk met lus, hier is nou by Vision Hire. Vision Hire vir flink diens en 5 sterre, hier by Vision Hire. Kort kontrakte en lava huurgeld, kom besoek ons is TV-pielies, jy's altyd welkom. Vision Hire, flink diens en 5 sterre, hier by Vision Hire.
If you've ever heard the sound of the wild pony, out there in the canyons afore sunup, and the crack of the fire with coffee a-boiling, then you'll know the feeling. A feeling of wide open spaces, of horse, leather, and riding roundup. Maybe it's your kind of country. If so, Paul Revere Toasted is your kind of cigarette. Paul Revere Toasted. Rich in flavor, big on taste.
Now, Ever-Ready reinvents the battery.
New Ever-Ready Power Plus. The battery that's packed with Ever-Ready power. Plus still more power.
More power for your radio.
More power for your torch.
More power for all battery-operated equipment.
Look for the new black and silver Ever-Ready Power Plus. The most powerful Ever-Ready. The one all-purpose battery for all your needs. New Ever-Ready Power Plus. From tonight, this week, till tonight, next week at 9:15, your host, Neville Dawson, bids you good night.
Tonight is compiled and produced by Joy Anderson.